New home sales crush estimates. More good news for the housing market. That article, and we're going to laugh. I have a couple of interesting articles we can laugh at. One by Nicolas Cage and the other by a Powerball winner. What did they buy in California real estate? All next on Real Estate Daily. Welcome, everyone. My name is Troy, and on a daily basis, we go over the latest news on real estate, housing, and the mortgage markets. Now, before we jump into it, if you're out there and you're shopping for a home or you're thinking about selling a home, I have something special for you. I have a guide. If you go down below, you simply hit the link, whether it be a buyer's guide. If you're a buyer, hit the link, enter your email address, and we will send you out a buyer's guide. Now, I'm also going to send you a couple of emails as well, including if you want to be part of the MLS, meaning if you want to know the fastest way to get a house, all the new listings that hit the market. Is it Zillow? No. Is it Redfin? No. Is it Realtor.com? All their information is old. You want something that's on the very second, and you want to know if the houses that you're looking at aren't tear downs on the inside or non-financeable, because a lot of times when you look on Zillow, you just don't know what's going on with that property. There's a lot of private notes that we do as real estate agents. We realize what's happening, whether it be contingent or non-contingent, what is absolutely happening. This is very important. I'm going to send you an email, and if you want to, you can sign up and get direct emails from the MLS. Wow. I will get that to you as well. Now, before we jump into anything, let's go. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, and we really want it to grow. What we want to do is jump right into it. Let's go right to CNBC. It says new home sales beat expectations in March, and it absolutely crushed it. The estimated of 234,000, we end up with 634,000. We end up with 683,000. I've been to builders in the last 2 weeks, and all the builders I've been to, they are inundated with buyers. Buyers are looking for new property as well. Now, I am formulating a new buyer's guide, so a new home builder's guide. There's several things in which you need to know when you're walking into a new community. And these are the things that a real estate agent, a veteran and experienced real estate agent like myself know. I'll go over a couple things real fast. Number one, you got to know what the tax rate is. And I know a lot of you out there just don't understand this, but in the state of California, typical tax rate's about 1.1%. Typical tax rate. A lot of lenders will go ahead and hit that high, and when they're estimating your monthly payment, they hit it at 1.25%. But typically it's 1.1%. Anything that's been built since 1990s and back is there. Anything built forward has a higher tax rate. Now, what does that higher tax rate include? It's typically special assessments and Mello-Roos. Those are things that are being built to help the community and help the surrounding area and to develop it. Meaning, if you need to bring in utilities, that's a cost of utilities that are going into every one of the homes. You have to build the streets. You have to build parks. So many residents, you have to have a park. Right? You have to have so many residents, you have to have schools, and then you have police departments. So all the surrounding residents have to then send monies into bonds, and the bonds turn around and they actually pay for these things so you could have a community up. Now, if you look out by the 15 out there past the 210, you'll see a lot of communities. There's a lot of Lennar communities. There's Land C. There is KB Homes. They're all building out there, and they're all sensitive to the market. So if the market's hot, they just keep building and going straight forward. If the market's cold, they slow the building down dramatically, and they don't want to hold inventory, even though they're holding land. But they'd rather hold land than inventory, keep building. So we just saw that in October, November, we saw them slow down dramatically. Everyone kind of panicked. And now we're starting to see the buyers come back in because they're getting used to 6 and 7% rates. Right? And with that being said, 6 or 7% rates, we're seeing the buyers back in, and there's just no shortage of them at the moment. I know that I went to Land C, and they have a community right off the 210 and 15, and they have some really nice homes up there that are cutting into the hill, and there's some beautiful view homes that they're building up there. It's probably a project that's going to be going on for the next 24 to 36 months. but it really is the new modern type home. I toured it last week with my clients, all the different models they had there, and there was just no shortage of buyers. Now, the only buyers that could tour this, it was called the Dirty Shoe Tour. I call it, was just a broker preview. The only people that could do that were ones that were already approved for the property. And I was like really surprised how many people were approved at that point. There's just way more people approved than will be actual properties themselves. So with that being said, we're just continually seeing that being on there. Now that was number one. What was, the property tax amount. Number two, you have what comes with the actual home. I know that a lot of you tour homes and you're like, oh wow, this is cool. I love the upgrade. I love the counters, and I love the backsplash, the flooring. What beautiful vinyl flooring throughout. No, most of that doesn't come with it. Only a little bit does. And with that being said, a veteran agent like myself will tell you where the areas that you have carpet when you get the home, and then the upgrades for it. And then of course, an agent like myself, you have to know that if you're going to do some upgrades to the property, you are now committing to a contract, a 90-page contract, saying that if it doesn't appraise, you're bringing in the difference. You can't finance the difference between the appraisal and what the contract amount is. You have to bring in the difference. Green cash, dollar per dollar. So some of you out there have to make good decisions, such as, can I floor it after the fact versus me flooring it at the time? And the builder's pricing is usually not the best pricing. So let's be very frank with that. All right, that's just a couple of tidbits. All right, Redfin came out and they're looking at the California housing supply here. I wanted to show you this. A narrative that I've been talking about that's very interesting. This is from March of 2022 to March of 2023. It says, in fact, I'll read it. It says in March 2023, there were 72,038 homes for sale in California, down 12.9%. This is that right here, 72,000. It's down 9 point, but that's not the real issue here. Okay. It's of the newly listed homes. What are we seeing? 26,000 of them. That's down almost 40%. There's just no new homes hitting the market. So what does this really tell me? Okay, that tells me that properties that are sitting on the market are very undesirable. I know that the majority of my clients, they want something to plug and play, meaning they don't want to do any work to the property. They don't want to do they don't want to build on, or they want just to walk in, unpack, and then live life, not floor the property, not paint the property. This is the reality of the new generation. Now, I don't want to group everybody in, millennials and Gen Zs, but I'm telling you, I see this more and more. And that's why properties that are fixed up are going for so much over ask, because everybody just wants to plug and play. Just, again, moving truck back up, or the pods, drop them off, and then even have people just put that in, and that night, what am I doing? Got my cable or my satellite up. I want everything already done, and I'm petting my dog on the couch, and I'm going and I'm watching Netflix, and I'm about ready to go to bed in my own bedroom. So now, what have we seen here? Here's the third statistics. Months of supply. There's only 2 months of supply. So a year ago, there's only 2 months of supply. There's still only 2 months of supply. So let's not confuse the situation of the doom and gloom here in the real estate world. It is still a seller's market. If you were to have a quality home, it's definitely a seller's market. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go to some of the fluff here. Nicolas Cage, I love it. Hey, do what you have to do to not go bankrupt. It says Nicolas Cage admits to having taken crummy roles to pay back debt following real estate market crash. So he FOMO'd into it, out of control. He was about $6 million in debt. And you got to say, the guy was still likable, and he was still one of the Hollywood darlings. What did he do? He just took roles. And I mean, some of the stuff that I saw on there, I don't know if it was considered a crummy role and then it turned into a better movie, or it was a good movie that turned into a crummy role. But I mean, really, if you look at Nicolas Cage's, experiences, I shouldn't say experiences, in his movies, you just see them all over the place. Like, wow, I just saw one that was made in 2021 or something like that. I'm like, dude, man, I think it was him and Bruce Willis, or I don't even remember. It was him and somebody else. I'm like, man, it was just like, where's the cashier's check table? I need to cash my check, man. I just need to get out of here. It was that bad. I've seen some really bad, but there's a lot of good movies I like with Nicolas Cage in it, especially in his younger roles. All right, another fluff piece here. Powerball winners, Hollywood Hills home. Oh my God, does this look gorgeous? Look at that. I mean, look at the windows that are all facing out over LA. Look at how many pools he has here. He has a pool. One of the pools has a bar in it, so a swim-up bar. My Lord, this guy or girl, I should say, or winner, really did a good job here in picking it out. Just please tell me that, you have plenty of money on the side and you're not burning it. You're not buying, whatever that's gonna waste away in your life, and you're not listening to people. I get it. This is something that you're gonna be living in it every day, but investments are a whole different world. But I'll tell you what, that is a gorgeous house, gorgeous modern house with a absolute gorgeous view with pools forever. Love it. All right, let's get out of the fluff and right into, interest rates here. Look at interest rates. They all fell down today. 30-year conforming went down about 4 basis points, about 6.4. So it peaked out about 6.7 plus. Now it's down to 6.45. We're looking at 30-year jumbo. Didn't really do anything, but 30-year FHA now has just put its head under 6.39. It went down about 2 basis points. So we're seeing it float down, which we thought would happen. It just needs to happen at this point. If you look at the charts, you'll notice that interest rates look like they're about ready to fall in the next week or two. So I'm really, again, this is not financial advice. This is just what I looked at in the charts. So with that being said, I really feel that coming up somewhere this year, we're going to have a refi moment pop right back up. And that's where you're going to be making your money, for all of you out there that own a home and then got into the 5, 6, and 7 interest rates. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that the content I gave you was something that was important. If you like the content, please hit the like button below. Otherwise, guys, we will see you tomorrow with some really interesting content. Again, you guys take care and peace.